Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Watersports. Today we're going to set up our eFoil so we can get out on the water and have some fun. All right, let's get started, guys. We're going to set up our Fliteboard. We just got one. We're kind of scared to set it up. And, well, maybe you haven't downloaded their really amazing app. And maybe you don't even like watching the instruction manual or reading the instruction manual. Well, now you can just watch us get it done. And so today we're using an air board, but every other board that Fliteboard has is just about the same. So it's going to be the same techniques, the same functions, the same process, all that good stuff, no matter what wings you're buying. Maybe if you're into the conicals, that's slightly different, but it's a general purpose or outline of how to put it all together. Today, we're going to be using a Cruiser 1100 and a 290 back wing. Same stuff, doesn't matter. First off, I like to always start with the mast. And the mast comes out of the bag, you know, looking pretty bare bones. Just stick those wires in this little hole, this little void. There's a void up front where the wires will go into the battery box. Super simple. Just put it in there like that. Now, in your bag, we'll have a couple little baggies with different size screws, and they're all labeled, and these are called the flange screws. And they give you a couple extras in case you lose them, but they're a little bit on the shorter side. If you're riding in salt water, you're definitely going to want to use some lubricant called like Tri-Flow, and your unit should come with it, but we also sell it on our website if you run out of it. It's just a small vial. So once you run out, but one little drop on all these screws to keep that corrosion at bay. I like to get them all started. And then in your toolbox will come with this guy. It's a universal size. Just about everything on the Fliteboard has this size Allen key. Has a ball point on the top so you can really spin it in fast. And just for the sake of the video length, I'm just gonna tighten up 2 of them. And of course, we can't ride with just 2 tightened. We want all 4. It's a lot of stress going on here. So I get them about hand tight. And then I go to the other side of the Allen key, Allen wrench, and I do like a quarter turn. And I don't want to muscle it in too much. And every other session, you're going to tighten them up anyways. Tighten them up a little bit more. Vibration, shaking, a lot of pressure on it. Are going to loosen them up. Next thing is the fuselage. This one's already on here. This is our commercial unit, so it's got a lot of time. I think it's like 3 years of use on it. And so that fuselage will come out of the bag. You'll have to stick it in through the back. I can't even get this one off. It's been on here for so long. Of course, I could probably pry it off, but you know, basically it just sticks in there, and then you'll have another almost the same size screw as your flange screws. Get it started. Sometimes you have to hold this fuselage, kind of pressing it in because it has a little gasket to help with some of the corrosion and water penetration, or intrusion, I should say. All right, after I get that done, I usually go straight for the back wing, the stabilizer. And you have this shim. This one's pretty beat up because of the commercial stuff, but generally speaking, if you don't know anything about the shims, you have a 0 through 5, and some aftermarkets are like -1 and 2 or whatnot like that. 3, we typically go with 3. Most riders out there, 170, 180 pounds, are going to love the 3. If you're looking for speed, you're going to go on the 0, or if you have a really lightweight rider, go to the 0. The shim just fits in here. There's only one way to actually put it in. And then next thing is actually doing the stabilizer. And you have to know which side the stabilizer goes on. With minus all the scuffs, you know, not knowing which side it goes on, just look at the tapered screw holes. And obviously, tapered screw holes, the screws have to go through this way, so this is going to be the bottom. I have had a couple clients put it on backwards, and although it doesn't make sense to put the screws, there's no tapered ends on it. They've done it, and the foil is almost impossible to fly because you're creating negative lift. So next thing is screws. Sometimes there's some variations in screw lengths for the wings. In this one, they're about the same one for the same length for the 290, but you might have like a 245 or, you know, some of the race wings, glide wings. One screw is going to be a little bit shorter. Typically, generally speaking, the shorter one's going to be in the back. Just look at the thickness of the actual wing, and the skinnier part of the wing takes a shorter screw. Now, if you're putting a screw in here and all of a sudden it bottoms out and your wing's still shaking back and forth, either you have debris inside the screw hole or you're using too long of a screw, and go back in your bag and find the right one. Same thing as the flange holding the mast on. I just want to do tighten and then like a quarter turn. So tighten and then a quarter turn. Perfect. Got the fuselage on and the stabilizer. And same as the stabilizer, you have multiple different screw lengths. On this 1100, our most sold wing, you have 2 short, 1 long. What I always do is I put them in the holes like that, push them through, and you should have about a quarter inch or so of thread sticking out. And if you don't, then it's the wrong size screw. If you have too much more than that, they'll bottom out. You might hurt the wing or the actual foil. And all these are machine thread. They're almost perfect, like very, very low tolerance. So if anything is binding, you're doing it wrong. One thing I did kind of leave out is that if you get into the race series or the flow series wings, you might have a different plastic insert right here. This actual plastic insert has a different diameter for the different wings. The wings usually come with it. There's only a couple different sizes, 1, 2, and 3. The third one, most people don't know about. So, same thing, quarter turn. Boom. All right, so the foil is all set up. I'm ready to jump in the water. Now, as far as tearing it down, if I'm gonna go for a long time in storage in a salt water environment, I'm actually gonna back off these screws a little bit. Just a couple turns so water can get inside of it, and I'm gonna rinse it really, really, really well. That's a lazier approach. Of course, it's best to break everything down if you're gonna go a couple weeks, a month, or a couple months, especially in the winter months up north. Break everything down to keep that corrosion at bay. You know, Fliteboard does have an anoid that's sucking up most of the corrosion, but not all of them, not all of the corrosion. So best just to break everything down. In our commercial setting, we're using these things all day, every day, and we're not gonna break them down every single day. And as long as I'm using the tough gel on all these screws, or my guys are using all the anti-corrosion, you can see what a unit looks like after 3 years of use. Very minimal corrosion, just hitting it with a hose at the end of the day with fresh water. So not to forget about these flanges not being tight, but let me turn it over real fast. Hopefully Fliteboard doesn't get mad at me. You're not supposed to use the long mast on the inflatable. This is just for the video purposes. We would normally use a short mast, a 60-centimeter mast on it. This board's getting a little dirty and beat up. It's been out in the water all day, but that's where the wires are coming through. And now all you're doing is inserting your battery, and you're gonna click these guys in, and then you have a little lever here to keep that battery from floating around too much. Close the lid and you're ready to go. Now we have other videos out there showing you how to put the battery in and how to put the wires on and how to pair your remote and everything. That's on our YouTube channel, and we actually have a couple blogs on that. But if you have any questions, if you get stuck between, trying to set it up, or maybe you just don't, understand anything on the video, or something out there is outlying, go ahead and just give us a call. 727-800-2202. We're all about just getting you on the water in the most efficient, most fun atmosphere out there. So if something's holding you back, call us. We'll get you out of that bind. This is Aaron with Elite Watersports, and check us out. We're always here to help. See ya.